This is WWE superstar Drew McIntyre, and you're listening to the WWE Podcast.
The champ is
the one that everybody wants, me.
It's going to WrestleMania. Claymore!
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass. This is my iron. You're gonna acknowledge me.
Hey guys, Ryan Sprague here, once again filling in for Amanda this week with your SmackDown review. SmackDown came to us April 18th from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, and this was the final stop before WrestleMania 41, which if you're listening to this on Saturday is tonight. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time, let's get to the warm-up for WrestleMania, which saw some final promos, some decent matches, and a really scary moment for Rey Mysterio, but we'll get to that. So first up, we saw Seth Rollins opening the show with a very passionate promo, which sort of doubled as both a personal testimony and a verbal assault on his WrestleMania opponents, CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Rollins really stressed the difficult year that he's had, and how he was performing while his stepfather was dying of cancer, and how he pushed through a severe knee injury to remain the face of the company. He called out CM Punk for only returning to WWE for the money, and questioned Punk's true love for the business. He also took aim at Roman Reigns, accusing him of manipulating people for his own benefit. So the way I see it, Rollins really is positioning himself as, like, the soul of the WWE. A workhorse who never left, unlike Punk and Reigns. And the crowd was firmly behind him as he declared that he would walk out of this match as the winner in what he said wasn't a prediction, but a spoiler. I love that. This was seriously one of the best promos Rollins has ever given. And even he stated that he didn't tell a single lie in that promo. And the crowd knew it. I'm going to be honest, I am firmly in Seth Rollins' corner for this triple threat match. And someone else might actually secretly be in his corner as well. I honestly think we're going to see Paul Heyman end this by siding with Seth Rollins as the future of the WWE. He's the wise man. He's always 10 steps ahead. What do you guys think? How do you think this match is going to end? Let us know. We then got the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. So who was in it? I'm going to try to do this in one breath. Let's see if I can do it. Rey Fenix, Shinsuke Nakamura, Chad Gable, Ludwig Kaiser, The Miz, Andrade, Carmelo Hayes, Carlito, Pretty Deadly, Creed Brothers, R-Truth, LOW, Dragon Lee, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller, Otis, Akira Tozawa, Karrion Kross, Humberto, Angel, and Santos Escobar. Oh. Whew. We did it. Good job, everybody. Rey Fenix, in particular, really delivered standout moments in this battle royale, hitting all of his high-flying offenses and quick eliminations. And he really did seem poised to win until a masked wrestler, El Grande Americano, showed up and eliminated him from behind. The final stretch of the Battle Royale saw Carmelo Hayes outlast Andrade in a very fast-paced athletic exchange. This Carmelo Hayes win was desperately needed. He's too good to be where he is on the roster, in my opinion. And I'm really hoping this will give him a boost and a good program with someone moving forward after this. Okay, next up we had the WWE Tag Team Championship, and this pitted the Street Profits against the Motor City Machine Guns. And this began as a just clean, solid competitive match. Machines were killing it with their technical precision. Profits were relying on their speed and charisma. This was a fantastic match, and this should have been on WrestleMania. How was this not a WrestleMania match? I don't get it. Anyways, just as the match was reaching its peak, Gargano and Ciampa stormed the ring and attacked both teams, causing a no contest DQ. This led to an all-out brawl between all three teams, and a little bit later in the show, Nick Aldis announced that all three teams would compete in a triple threat TLC match for the titles next week on SmackDown. I really thought he was going to announce a surprise addition to WrestleMania, and you could hear the crowd massively booing from backstage when Aldis announced that this would be next week on SmackDown. Now, granted, it's the SmackDown after WrestleMania. It's going to be great. A lot of fallout's going to happen. This will be a fantastic match, but we want it at WrestleMania. I don't get it, man. They're just burying these tag teams. Hate it. Anyways. We then saw our final segment with Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley with a little bit of a twist. So Io didn't get a single word in before Rhea and Bianca did their back and forth for the millionth time. And then all of a sudden, Naomi comes out to give Bianca a piece of her mind. Jade Cargill hits the ring to give Naomi a final piece of her mind before the WrestleMania match. And it was an all-out brawl with all five of them. Security comes out, as they do, and they really struggled to keep these women apart. And the segment ended with Io Sky climbing to the top rope and hitting a perfect moonsault onto everyone outside the ring. And this really served as a way to hype both matches for WrestleMania. It was sort of genius. I really liked it. And I really think the triple threat match between Bianca, Rhea, and Io could steal the show. I do think Bianca will walk out victorious, and it'll be interesting to see how the crowd reacts if that happens, and if WWE will make her a true heel or not. As for Naomi and Jade, I'm obsessed with this proceed with caution persona Naomi has going on. Probably her best work ever, and I can't wait to see her at WrestleMania. However, I'm really nervous about Jade. This will still be one of her first singles matches that isn't a squash. And she's really got to keep up with Naomi, or the WrestleMania crowd honestly will probably eat her alive. Especially if she's poised to win, which I think they're leaning towards. So this really is the one match at WrestleMania that I'm nervous about. I've got like a pit in my stomach, but we'll see. We'll see. We then got Randy Orton coming out to find out who his mystery opponent at WrestleMania will be. And it was an open challenge. Is it just me? I was under the assumption that we were going to find out who it was going to be. Like, Randy literally was hyping that on social media. But instead, he issues an open challenge, and that's sort of it. As a good promo, he's always good on the mic, but it kind of left everyone like, oh, okay, I guess it's going to be a surprise at WrestleMania. Cool. I mean, end of the day, either is fine. Either they announce it and it gains anticipation for WrestleMania, or it's a complete surprise at WrestleMania. I'm fine either way. It's going to be a good match. But who's it going to be? Who is it going to be, guys? Let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Next up, we had the second week in a row where we had Chelsea Green taking on Zelina Vega in a rematch from that 10-count debacle from last week. It was a quick match. Didn't really do anything. Chelsea ended up winning. Zelina rolled out of the ring, went back to no fanfare whatsoever, and that was it. I feel so bad for Chelsea that she doesn't have a WrestleMania match. What? What is that? Anyways, we got another Aleister Black promo, which specifically stated that he will debut on the SmackDown after WrestleMania. So this would, I guess, infer he's not Randy Orton's mystery opponent, which leaves other possibilities, obviously, literally anyone else but Aleister Black. Is it Rusev? Is it going to be Solo Sikoa? Nick Aldis? Who you guys got? I want to know. Possibilities are endless. I know I keep harping on that, but the mystery continues. We also got sit-down interviews with Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. The Flair one was so bad. Like, unbelievably bad. She was searching for words to say in an interview that was pre-recorded. They easily could have edited this. They could have done something to make her look strong. And maybe they were going for a very raw, gritty feel, no script, see what they come up with. This is their final chance. And I will say, Flair bombed epically. And to be honest, Tiffany's wasn't that much better, but she did acknowledge her weaknesses and her inexperience on the mic, which I actually really appreciated. She said that she would take care of what she had to in the ring, which is most important, end of the day, obviously. However, if Tiffany loses at WrestleMania, which I think she might, the heat on Flair is going to literally, it's going to create its own sun, right? It's going to destroy the whole world because she does not deserve this championship run. I'm sorry. I'm not even saying Tiffany should keep it going, but Charlotte hasn't earned it. And I know that might piss a lot of people off, but you know what? I don't care about her past accomplishments. You can only use that card for so long. So yeah, I'm sorry to any Charlotte Flair fans out there. I'm just not one of them. Our next match was pretty fun. We saw LA Knight taking on Solo Sikoa in a US Championship title match where Jacob Fatu interfered and attacked Knight, causing a DQ. And as Knight is getting beat up, Braun Strowman made the save, and Aldis on the spot booked a tag team match immediately. This was a very high-energy tag team match, which ended with Knight sending Fatu into the commentary team and pinning Sikoa for the win, and just further heating up this match with Fatu at WrestleMania. Man, Solo has really become an afterthought. That's just an observation. Kind of feel bad for him at this point. But he had his time. Anything can happen in the WWE. Next up, we had a 6-man tag team match with American Made versus LWO, sort of, I guess. It was Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Rey Fenix squaring off against American Made, Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. This was a fantastic match, with Rey Fenix really coming out on top with all of his aerial work. But Dragon Lee really deserves the props for this one. He carried this match. Creed brothers were great. They slowed things down a bit, got us on a good even pace with everything. But eventually Rey Fenix hit a Meteora on Julius for the win. But all the attention was unfortunately outside the ring, where Rey Mysterio was shown holding his knee and needing help from medical staff. There were fan videos posted in the arena showing Rey literally not being able to walk, and he had to be carried out on the ramp to backstage. So this could be a serious injury, which would cause him to probably miss his WrestleMania match against Grande Americano. And all joking aside, I was really looking forward to that match. But honestly, the way Dragon Lee and Rey Fenix performed in this match tonight, either one of them could easily be inserted into that match. And it'd probably be better. No shade to Rey Mysterio at all. But I think it could actually be a more fast-paced match. Rey gets injured pretty easily nowadays. He botches every now and again. He is incredible to this day, but age catches up to all of us. Yeah, does it ever. Anyways, I'm hoping Rey Mysterio is okay. Hopefully we'll get word sometime today before WrestleMania matches commence. And the final segment of SmackDown tonight saw John Cena and Cody Rhodes have their final confrontation before Night 2 with their main event at WrestleMania for the undisputed championship. Cena was accusing Rhodes of being indecisive, suggesting that he listens too much to fan reactions and lacks the killer instinct to truly finish his story. Cena also said that Cody Rhodes is playing the hero role too well, but lacks the grit needed for the top spot. Cody fired back, mocking Cena's sporadic appearances and his part-time Hollywood status, and he reminded Cena that he's there every single week, fighting for that top spot. And I cannot argue that whatsoever. Some lines that really stood out during this verbal spar. Let's go through these. Cena said, quote, "You will lose because you care about them. Losers don't write history. Winners do." Cena also said, quote, "These people will always make up a version of the truth they want to believe." Last line from Cena here, quote, "You didn't need the tattoo or the suit because Sunday I'm going to make you somebody. Somebody who has to sever ties with the losers in your life." It would have been good if he ended it, "I'm going to make you somebody." But yeah, that added line is fine. Is fine. If Cena wants to call us losers, I'm all for it. Here's some lines from Cody. Cody said, quote, "You called me underwhelming? Well, you're overrated." And perhaps the line of the night when it came to this spar, Cody said, quote, "You're paler than Sting at Starrcade 1997. What universe are we living in, guys? I'm loving it. Last line that I'm going to point out from Cody. He said, quote, "The whole world saw you saunter around butt-ass naked at the Oscars for the people you run errands for now. And you still can't wrestle." That one really, really got to Cena, as it should, and he ended up trying to hit Cody with an attitude adjustment. But Cody ended up reversing it and nailed Cena with a crossroads, standing tall to end the show. Which, to me, guys, Cody standing tall on the Go Home SmackDown, this is definitely going to see a Cena victory at WrestleMania. I hate to say it, or I love to say it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Cena going to break that record? I think he is. I think he is. So yeah, this SmackDown, it was much better in build for WrestleMania than I think Raw was this week. But it was a lot of filler, again, to be expected. But I would have hated to have been in attendance for this SmackDown and not also have tickets to WrestleMania. But what can you do? Somebody has to go to these go-home shows before big events. And I hope most of those somebodies are also going to WrestleMania. If they've taken out, 10 loans and sold their firstborn. But yeah, that's besides the point. One note here, I cannot wait for SmackDown to go back to 2 hours. That's it. Overall, decent show. Happy for Carmelo Hayes, a little scared for Rey Mysterio, but excited nonetheless for night one of WrestleMania tonight. Who do you have coming out on top? What debuts or surprises are in store? Let me know. You can find me on Twitter, Blue Sky, and Instagram. Just search for Ryan Sprague. Yes, I'm the Ryan Sprague with all the UFO stuff connected to his name. And I hope you'll consider checking out my wrestling podcast, Somewhere in the Ring. We'll actually be going live on YouTube immediately after the main events both nights of WrestleMania, just to give our instant reactions. So, hope you'll check us out and subscribe. Just search social media, YouTube, or wherever you get podcasts, once again, for Somewhere in the Ring. Thank you again to Matt, Amanda, and all of you for giving me your time today. I have one more week of the SmackDown review before Amanda returns, which should be a good fallout from WrestleMania, so be sure you're subscribed to the WWE podcast for that and so much more than Matt has going on. The WWE podcast is literally the one-stop shop for everything WWE. And if you want even more, be sure to check out the WWE Podcast Patreon for bonus content. And that's going to do it, guys. Here we go. It is Saturday. Enjoy tonight for night one of WrestleMania.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.